All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the Denver Broncos. To be quite honest with you guys, I'm a little fed up. I don't like all of this doomsday stuff that the NFL media talking heads are rambling on about this Broncos team. I've been watching, I've been reading. People are saying sooner rather than later, it's going to be Stidham time. That's why they picked him up. They're hedging their Russell Wilson bet. And I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, isn't Russell Wilson a Hall of Famer for a reason? People are like, oh my goodness, he 10 of 19, 64.6 completion percentage in his career, but he went 10 of 19 in the preseason and he only threw one touchdown. And last season, he only had a completion percentage of 60.5. It's over. It's over. It's over. The schedule's so hard. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with that. Everybody's schedule is hard. Things change, stuff happens. I don't even like to look into scheduling outside of divisional rivals because it's like, who cares? Players get injured, players break out, players suck. It's weird to like sit here and be like, well, Denver in week 13, I think, week 13 and 14, I think they're going to really struggle in those two games. It's like, what the hell do you know? So today we're ranting about the Denver Broncos and why they're going to be more than fine. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Broncos fans, I love you so much. This is like my 6th Broncos video in the last couple of weeks. I appreciate you guys so much. If we get this video to 500 likes, that would mean the world to me. But as always, hit that sub button, hit that like button if you haven't already. All right. It's just funny, man. It's funny. The Tim Patrick injury is not funny, but, Tim Patrick goes down for the whole season. It's like, all right, we're getting close to doomsday. Jerry Jeudy tweaks his hamstring. Doomsday. They're done. We're toast. Broncos are toast. Broncos fans, by the way, aren't saying they're toast. Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson. And I love when people say, Peyton wasn't hired to fix Russell Wilson, although it's the fastest path. Look at Jarrett Stidham. They paid him double-digit money for 2 years. Or was it 1 year? It honestly doesn't even matter. They're hedging their bets. Whatever. Jarrett Stidham's a really good quarterback. And here's the thing. The Denver Broncos are a really good football team. Yes, I want my backup quarterback in case my starting star QB, if my starting quarterback gets injured, I want to still win football games because my team is good. So yeah, I'm going to go sign a qualified, reliable backup quarterback. And I'm going to pay him because he's a reliable backup quarterback. It's an important position because you never really appreciate it until your QB gets banged up and you're like, thank goodness we got Jarrett Stidham. So no, the Broncos are not hedging their bets. And keep in mind, guys, Sean Payton-led football teams, they thrive historically in the months of November, December. Sean Payton historically is a second half coach. So the additions of guys like Samaje Perine are really going to help out, and Marvin Mims Jr., they're really going to help out Russ, Sean, and the Broncos offense in general because it adds a whole nother dimension to this roster. Javonte Williams is a freaking stud, but we only saw Javonte play 4 games in his sophomore campaign due to injuries, so people don't remember that Javonte's a stud. Outside of Broncos fans, once again, it's like, they don't, I guess he doesn't allure opposing fans because we played 4 games last season. The dude had a hell of a rookie season, though, I will say that. But we talked about the Samaje Perine in our last video. He's a huge-ass deal, man. You have 2 running backs who can run, they can block, and they can catch. Both Javonte Williams and Samaje Perine can catch. And don't forget about Jaleel McLaughlin, who ends up making the roster. He killed it in preseason. He killed it in camp. This is a guy who in his final year in college, he ran for 13 touchdowns and 1,600 yards. He averaged 7 yards per rush. 7 yards per rush. He also had 19 catches for 300 yards, averaging 15.7 yards per catch. There is a 3-headed monster at the running back position. You have rising stars, Javonte Williams. You have reliable veterans, Samaje Perine, and enticing, intriguing X-Factor rookie, undrafted Jaleel McLaughlin. Yeah, that works for me. So run game, no, I'm all set. We're all set there. One quick comment. Russell Wilson doesn't need to be 70% completion percentage. He doesn't need to be 40 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Russell Wilson literally just needs to be Russell Wilson. And he's got Receiving wise, Greg Dulcich entering year number 2, sneaky good rookie season. Cortland Sutton, reliable wide receiver. So I've even seen some Broncos fans say that Cortland Sutton's going to establish himself as wide receiver 1 this upcoming season. And then Marvin Mims Jr., who we've talked about time and time again. Marvin killed it in the last preseason finale against the Rams. He killed it in all of summer. There was a lot of hype coming out of Marvin Mims Jr. The dude killed it at Oklahoma. He averaged over 20 yards per catch. Players don't typically average over 20 yards per catch, let alone when they have over 50 catches. So I take a look at it. I'm thinking, yes, the injury to Tim Patrick sucks. The injury to Jerry Jeudy really sucks because hamstring injuries do worry me. But with that being said, the Broncos are going to be able to control the game right away because you have 3 freaking studs at the running back position, and your quarterback is still Russell Wilson. All right. And by the way, I've been loving what I'm hearing from Russell Wilson saying the offense is coming together and it's clicking. That's exactly what you want to hear heading into the regular season. But that defense, the elite defense that the Denver Broncos have, a healthy Denver Broncos defense this upcoming season, well, they're going to keep you in every football game, right? Especially at the start of the season, you're going to be able to run the clock, control possession, put points on the board, hopefully score some touchdowns as opposed to field goals, and your defense is going to just keep you in all their football games. The defense does a great job at, even if they're bending a little bit, the defense rarely, if ever, breaks. Rarely, if ever, breaks. So with your defense, with Russell Wilson, with your running back room, even with a banged up wide receiver room, I still feel comfortable and confident with Russell Wilson going in with that 3-headed monster at running back. You got Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims Jr., ready to go. And then you've got Greg Dulcich at tight end. And then you've got Mike McGlinchey at right tackle. And keep in mind, and they have their left tackle back. Keep in mind, man, your offensive line, it takes time. It takes time. It was never supposed to be a quick fix. And by what I mean quick fix, by the end of the season, yes, in the quick sense of, can we get this fixed within the year so we can make a playoff run? Not by week 1, we need this offensive line to be perfect. I absolutely loved all the overreactions, specifically to the first preseason game where Russell Wilson played like one possession, and they were like, it's over. They're toast. So I think at the end of the day, Russell Wilson looks good. I think he's looking primed for a bounce back season. I'm not, going to say he's going to win comeback player of the year, but what I will say is he lost weight and he looks good. He looks ready to go. And at the end of the day, Russell Wilson is still a great Hall of Fame level quarterback. This is a guy who has 9 total Pro Bowls. He's a Super Bowl champion, and he's coming off a down year. Keep in mind, his down season isn't even that bad. Considering everything the Broncos went through with the coaching staff, with the players getting injured on both sides of the ball, but specifically the offense, it's no surprise to me Russell Wilson struggled in his last season. However, he still threw for over 3,500 yards. He still had 16 touchdowns. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. And by the way, there's so many question marks with the Chargers. I don't even really know what the Chargers are. There's even more question marks with the Raiders. I don't really get why so many people are just writing off the Broncos. So that's today's rant, man. I think this team is primed this upcoming season. But keep in mind, it might start off a little bit more shakier, a little bit more inconsistent. But by the end of the season, this team's going to be rolling. All right, we're going to cover it. So hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already. But guys, let me know. Give it a grade. Let's go 1 out of 10. How confident do you feel about the Broncos heading into the regular season? 10 being very confident, 1 being, Peace. Thanks for watching.